Sandria. have you sent your link to Sandria?
To the what?
To Sandria. Have you sent the link?
Yeah, she's here.
You send your link, Zoom link.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, just wait for her.
She's there, but I think we can't hear her.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Hello?
why? You mute me. Hello.
I
Wait, how to see all people here?
there is
Yeah,
a button.
how to see all people?
Look, I
Why?
was
How?
can you see the
Participant?
chat?
Oh, no.
How to see all people?
I will send you a picture.
Oh,
Show all picture.
No, I will send you a picture.
oh,
So you okay, I see. So you control it.
No. Here in the top right,
Top right, okay.
there is like
top
a button.
right.
There is a button that says that has like some squares.
Square. Wait. Square. Show and partition number party.
And had my video.
Had raise hand, chat, disconnect audio.
Chat, raise hand, hide my video in gallery, hide non-video participant, show name when participant join. Where is it?
Yeah, where is it? Wait, because we don't use to.
Yeah, we don't use PC.
Oh, I can now.
Where?
I don't know. I just like it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I just swipe left. Okay. Just swipe left. I see.
Yay.
Okay. Hi, Juan. Nice to
Where
meet
is
you.
your friend?
I don't know. She woke up and she wrote to me, and now I don't know where she is.
Okay, she can enter after this.
Yeah. So
it's very
Juan
nice.
is friends of Sandria at Chinese.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. So you learn Chinese together. 你好.
You can also speak Chinese?
No. Just a little bit. Little bit. But if you ask a lot of things about Chinese, I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
And where are you friends from?
Me?
You too.
We are in the same hometown. Like we are used to joking, like running together.
Yeah, we like running together, and then my best friend have a sister, and his sister is Sandria's friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. And how about your friend? So she's like prepare.
I don't know where she is.
Oh, okay.
Wait, I'm going to.
Okay. How if we start to
Yeah.
So
I wanna come.
Sandria said that you're from Colombia. That's right.
Yeah.
And then where are you stay now?
Oh wait, my friend is here.
Okay.
Okay. Yay!
Okay, we will wait.
With the meat
The real
idea.
Indians. Okay.
Bueno, entonces pasas un momentico. Dale, listo. Entonces estamos en el Zoom. Ok. Ok, chala.
So she will join with us? Is she will join?
Hello?
Yeah. Is
She
she
said
will
that
join?
she will join us, but like very short time, I think, because she has a meeting later. So she said, I'm sorry, I
Okay.
Oh, it's okay.
She'll
So
come.
yeah.
So yeah, I live in the capital of my country, in Bogota. It's a city in the mountains.
Mountain.
Yeah, it's because
So
South America has a very long mountain from the south to the north. All the continent has a mountain. So there are some cities which are on top of the mountain, like the capital of Colombia, Ecuador, Chile, Bolivia. They're all in the mountain.
Oh, I see.
So
Is
we
there
have
so cold there?
yeah, it's cold.
Yeah.
How about you? What is the name of your city?
My Malang.
Malam.
Malang.
Malang.
Yeah, Malang.
Yeah, I remember. It's like in the not really in the middle of Indonesia, but middle to the left, right?
Middle to the left. Yeah.
Hey, Juan,
Yeah.
there is Amadea.
Sorry?
I don't know. She's just text me.
Amadea? I told her that we're going to chat.
Oh yeah. She's just say, okay, so she wanted to join also. It's okay. She wanted to join.
Of course.
Yes, of
But
course.
yeah,
We're
there is a
waiting for
one
you.
friend like she no. Also Zoom is available for 5 people, right?
Yes, I think. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Invite her.
More than 5, it's okay.
you can give link to the Amadea in the Instagram. Like it's like wait. I can give her. So my another Indonesian friend is like she's like Sunda's people. Like she's also knows about Sunda Karawitan like that.
Sunda Karawitan. Sunda Karawitan. Okay, that's traditional music. Yeah.
Yeah. Where is Amadea? She is available.
She says that she has to eat and then pray, and then she will be
Okay.
like in half hour.
Okay. I can send link to her also. It's done. Okay. So what we want to talk now about? What your question?
How if I ask about Colombia first?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. How is the culture there? Maybe a traditional culture there. You can tell about maybe about daily activity or maybe about
music or dance or etc. that you have there.
Okay, so the traditional culture in Colombia mm, is mixed between Indian, my friend,
Mhm.
and black people and white
Okay.
people. Like we have
Oh,
three ethnicities that we share.
oh, three at least there. Okay, okay.
Um, but most of the people are just Catholic. Like
Oh, okay.
I think maybe 90%, 95% of the country is Catholic.
Oh, oh, I see, I see.
Maybe not everybody is still like nowadays is actually, for example, me. I'm not really Catholic. I was born Catholic. My my family is Catholic, but we don't really go to church, and we don't really. I mean, I pray and I believe in God, but like a lot of people nowadays, like in many countries, they're not so religious, you know. In
Oh, maybe
France,
maybe they didn't follow the ritual.
yeah, the ritual,
Yeah,
exactly. Mhm.
yeah, yeah. They believe in God like a Catholic, but they are not doing the ritual of Catholic, something like that.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but like you can still say that the culture is a very Catholic country. Like people
Mm.
just they have this kind of like Christian lifestyle, if you know what I mean. Like
Mhm.
we kind of resemble a lot like what you would think be France or I mean, I think most countries are very similar. I don't know how to say. Yeah, like culturally we just are like some Catholic country basically. Very
Okay.
there are churches. Some people go to church on Sundays. Um, and then if you look more closely at the culture, it also depends a lot on the place on the country that you are in. So
Mm.
you can say that basically the country has two big geographical places.
Mhm.
Well, maybe three. It has more, but the biggest ones are the coast, the one that is close to the ocean,
Mhm.
and the one that is in the mountain and in the inside of the country. So in the close to the ocean, there is more black people, and in the mountains, it's more white and Indian people mixed. Like
Mm.
actually, in the coast, it's also mixed with black. I mean, we are all mixed, you see. But
Okay.
like in the
Okay.
coast, it's more mixed with black.
Majority.
Yeah, and in the
Yeah,
mountains,
majority in the code. Okay, okay.
it's
Oh, I
like
see.
how to say, like right now there is like totally black people, like 10%.
Oh, I see.
Totally white
Oh,
people, like
oh, I see. I mean, so there are. I mean, a lot of person there is like. I mean, there is a minority person that the real black people are white people. So they are mixed, something like that. So
most people.
the ethnic, so it's mixed. I mean, so
Yeah,
not. Oh, I see. Okay.
mm, but in the close to the ocean, people are
Mm-hmm.
more like they're more black and
Mm-hmm.
they're more happy and they like to
Mm-hmm.
dance more and they
Mm-hmm.
are more like relaxed. It's kind of like Caribbean culture, like the island.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay,
And in the
Caribbean.
and then in the mountains, people are
Mm-hmm.
more silent and they like to like how to say like more they like I don't know like more
More silent or
yeah more silent like more
yeah.
shy and
Ah.
like most of the big cities well many big cities are in the mountains because before there was a lot of mosquitoes in the below 1000 meters there was a lot of
Mhm.
malaria and like some tropical sicknesses so the big cities like the capital the second biggest city, they're all in the mountains.
Or maybe in there is there I mean not the society is not really friendly like in the coast. Said that, or maybe they're more individuality more high. No.
More individualized, like in the mountains,
Yeah.
you say?
Yeah,
in the
in the
mountain.
mountain, more
Maybe a
individual.
little more individualist.
Individualist.
And then the mountains also have, like, there are 3 mountains, because the mountain in South America is very big, and in Colombia it becomes 3 mountains. So I live in this, like, this is super big mountain from Chile,
Okay.
Bolivia, like this is huge, and then in Colombia it breaks and becomes 3,
Okay.
and it has some rivers.
Oh.
So for example, my father is from the mountain here in the top, and then my mother is from the river here down.
Oh.
So it's different, like the people,
Yeah, and they have a different culture or something like that.
yeah,
Yeah, because that's in Indonesia. Like maybe that's the same. We are a different city. We have some the same ethnic like me, Japanese, but Japanese in different city have a different culture, not real the same. No, so we have different city. They have a different culture because Java in Java it's not a lot of people there, so they make automatically they make a different kind of Japanese culture, something like that.
So what are the main like places, like inside Java Island? There's still a lot of cultures.
Inside Java, majority in Java, I think we have I know that two big ethnies. It's Sunda and Java, but majority is
Like
Java.
Amadea is Sunda.
And
Yeah,
Sunda
Sunda.
is Muslim?
Yeah, Amadea is Sunda and he is Javanese, but it's still in the same island.
In the same island.
Okay.
In the same island, we have Javanese and then we have Sunda. Majority Sunda is in the west of Java.
In the west.
In the west.
Yeah, in the
Java.
west.
And then Javanese in central and east Java. But
Look,
the central
about the culture.
Can I share you my screen and show you the map, and then you can.
Okay. Oh, wait, like this. I will search about the Indonesian map. Wait, I will Google.
The city here is very cold, so I always have to.
Oh, okay.
Every morning.
It's okay.
When I wake up in the morning.
Wait. Maybe this. This one.
Yeah. Okay.
This is a West Java.
This is only Java Island, right?
Yeah, this is Java
Island.
And then this is Indian. This is West, and then this is Central, and this is the East. So the Javanese culture is in this area, but in this area there is another culture like Amadea's culture called Sunda.
In the middle.
In the west.
In the west.
West. Yeah.
Okay. In the middle.
This is middle and this is east.
And in the middle, what is the culture?
In the middle is the Javanese, like the like this. The like long time ago is like the palace. This is
Yeah.
the palace
So
of Java.
so Javanese culture is the central of Javanese culture is in the central Java, so in the middle of Java Island. There have two kingdom, two big kingdom.
Okay.
First is Jogja. In Jogja, we call it Keraton Yogyakarta, and then Keraton Surakarta. So there are two big kingdom there in
Okay.
Central Java. So
The king.
nowadays, that's the king of Yogyakarta,
This is
Kasultanan Yogyakarta, Hamengkubuwono.
this is the king.
Yes, that's the king. It is
Right now.
yeah,
Wow.
right now, Pakubuwono.
Right now still the
Hamengkubuwono.
king. Yeah.
Wow.
Right now is still the king, but like right now he's the like the leader of that area, but
The
still
leader of Yogyakarta.
called him king.
Yeah, so
I have a question.
Yeah, like
This,
yeah, what question?
because I know Sunda is Muslim, right? In Jakarta, in the culture of Java, the Java culture is also Muslim nowadays, or is it?
Yes, majority is Muslim.
Like
Yeah,
you are
majority is-
Catholic. Yeah.
Yeah, so if I tell you about the history of religion, it's maybe a long time.
Yeah, tell him. He's more expert than me about the history of religion. Tell him.
Yeah, so because in Indonesia we have maybe we have in
Amadea is, I think Amadea is going to join.
Amadeus join?
Amadeus Sundanese people. Hello.
Okay, hello.
Hi.
Hello.
We're having super interesting talk.
Okay. You cannot hear my voice. You turn on the voice first.
Voice.
I think
voice at left.
Yeah.
That's it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Hi.
Nice to see you.
This is Tito, my friend.
So, how are you?
Good.
We are just talking about Sunda and Java. So
Yeah.
What happened?
Oh no. Yeah. It's about Juan asked me that are in Sunda majority is Muslim. Yeah, that's majority Muslim there, and then Javanese too. Majority is Muslim. But if I tell you about the history of religion in Indonesia, that will be a long time to talk. because we have a lot of religions. Because at the first time religions come to Indonesia is Hindu and Buddha. But before Hindu and Buddha, every ethnic have their religion. Nah,
their own religion.
they have their own religion.
Sandria told me that there are some, that there is still like old traditional Javanese religion.
Yeah, kejawen.
Yeah, something like that. Maybe Sunda have to.
Yes, Sunda Wiwitan. Have you ever heard about that? Sunda Wiwitan.
Oh, Sunda Wiwitan. I ever heard.
Banten. There's a lot of Sunda Wiwitan in Banten.
Oh, so that's I mean the Sunda religions, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually,
If
the teaching is like a Taoism.
Oh, I see.
How to get along with nature and every element
Yeah.
in the world.
Guys, that's
like all
it.
connected, something like that.
Hmm?
Like we are all connected to the nature, something like that.
And they believe that every like water and everything has their own soul.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like
That's Kejawen, I think. Like,
Yeah, it's similar.
that's similar.
similar.
I read a book, Babat Tanah Jawi.
Oh, Babat Tanah Jawi, yeah, I know.
Yeah. Have you guys read about that?
No, I read Suwong.
I didn't.
What is that?
about kejawen, something like that. How about that book said?
It's about the history of Java Island.
Oh,
It
that's
includes
a lot of version there.
Sunda, yeah, Sunda and Jawa. Every state, not state, how to say, every province in Java Island.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see.
Oh my god! You know, my English is getting worse.
Why?
Because I don't talk with people in English since we're in Indonesia.
Oh, I see.
Good practice.
Yeah.
What time is it there?
What time? It's 8 in the morning.
8
in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's same with us,
12
but
hours.
he's like EM, we are PM.
Oh, yeah. EM, PM.
Hey, so I have another question. Like, what is the difference? What is the difference between, so there is Java Island and then there are other islands in Indonesia. So what is because Indonesia is super big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
big.
it's so big. Oh my God, it's huge.
There is a lot of difference, like from the culture perspective and the history.
Yeah. Indonesia is so
Maybe
big.
like-
Then there are a lot of island there. A lot of island here, and then so a lot of ethnic here, a lot of culture here, a lot of language here. Wow.
Juan, last time I told you about Austronesian, right?
Yeah.
Austronesian. Sand. I'm sorry, I haven't introduced myself to this Swaika. Namaku
is like
namanya siapa temannya Sendri?
Itu ada Pido.
Oh, Pido.
The meeting is no longer every
yeah.
40 minutes. Yeah.
We need to renew.
Oh yes.
Oh.
Okay. Can you send a link again, Chuan?
But it will be closed automatically.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. So you can you give us a link again?
The new link, or do we need to make a new chat room, or we can use this one?
I mean, this one will close, and then I can
Mhm.
send you a new link in Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I think my friend is not going to be able to come because she told me that she has a meeting at 8.
It's okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
But for example, my friend is an Indian. She's the people who were here in America from before a long time ago. And her culture is very interesting. I lived with her in her territory, It's beautiful. It's beautiful because before they were a culture that was like in my country. I will show you. I will show you a map.
Okay, where's?
So, Amadia, where do you live now?
Bandung.
Huh? Oh, Bandung.
Yes.
Okay,
Di
okay,
Malang.
okay.
Di Malang juga.
Ini lagi stay Surabaya, kerja Surabaya.
Sandri, where are you now?
In Malang. Where the maps?
Okay, okay. Where is the map?
Look.
Okay.
Where is it?
This is Colombia only, then this is like South America, right?
Okay.
It's in the north, and then here is Panama.
Oh, Panama.
And then this
okay.
becomes Central America and then North America. So Colombia is like in the north, and then you see here is the mountain, the Andes. It's very big. It's like this, goes down, 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 and then in Colombia it splits.
Yeah, I know.
It's like 1, 2, and 3. But
Oh,
number 1 is very close to number 2.
Yeah.
I live here.
Oh,
Look,
okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
And this is the Amazon River.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is the mountain, and then this is the Pacific.
Oh.
And then this
Pacific.
is Panama.
Yeah, Pacific.
Yeah, like if you go from here, you go to Indonesia.
Okay.
You go to the this is, I think, very cool. Because like we're like neighbors, you know, in the Pacific. And then this is Panama, and then this is already the Atlantic, the Caribbean. What happened?
Okay.
So my friend is from, you see this mountain?
Yeah.
It's in the north of the country, and it's the biggest mountain in the world that finishes in the ocean. Like if you go down from that mountain, you go to the ocean. It's very, very beautiful. And it's huge. Look, it's very big. So her people, they lived all around here. They were called the Tairona. And when the Spanish people came, they had to go, you know, to protect themselves because they were going to get attacked and everything. And they went up the mountain. The mountain is very high. It has 5,000 meters. It's very big.
Whoa.
So they went up the mountain and they hid for like 300 years. They didn't go down. They didn't talk to anybody in Colombia. They were just like hiding in the mountain. And they had a very big culture, and it was advanced. Like they made things with gold. They made buildings like bridges in the mountain. Everything was very not super developed, but it was developed, you know. And then when they had to go up to hide, of course, their culture started to change, you know. And now that big culture became 4 groups. So now one of them lives close to the ocean. My friend lives close to the land. Like my friend is from the biggest of the group. So she's from this area. Then there's another one that is here. And then there's another one that is like here and here. These 2 are smaller. And then here there's another very big Indian group. Like they're live between Venezuela and Colombia, like here. So, but my friend is not from this group. This group that I'm telling you, the other one is the biggest in one of the biggest in America. It has like 1 million people. It's big.
Uh,
but they are
is
kind
there
of. Huh?
is there majority Indians there?
In America, no. In
I
America,
mean, in your friend's place area in the
yeah,
mountain.
yeah, totally. It's
Oh,
totally. It's
total Indian. Wow.
100%. Yeah, you need.
Oh, total Indian.
Yeah, you need permission to go up, and it's theirs, and they have their culture. There there are
Oh,
more people who speak Spanish, but like when I went to her home, a lot of people don't speak Spanish.
okay.
Yeah, and they
How long you stay there?
1 month.
1 month. Oh, yeah,
Mm.
that's cool.
Yeah, it
So
was
all
super interesting.
so totally Indians there. Wow,
Yeah,
that's cool.
and
Where is Amadea?
Okay, Juan, I want to ask you about yesterday. I with Sandria talked about
But
dreams. Dreams.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
Then we in my culture, Japanese culture, we have what's that? Uh, yeah, so if I have a bad dream, so I do something there, and then because it's like we hope that we will not a bad dreams again. So, and we know that in Indians culture, we have dream catcher.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, can you tell us about dream catcher?
So the Dreamcatcher is uh, it's part of the culture of one of
Mm-hmm.
the Indian groups in North America.
Mm-hmm.
They are the people who lived around the lakes in
Mm-hmm.
North America, like the Great Lakes
Hmm?
Critics, yeah.
in the
Thank
USA,
you.
like
Mm-hmm.
the Northeast. They have some very big lakes. In those Great
Yeah.
Lakes, these people over there, um,
Mm-hmm.
and they
Like it, like this.
yeah.
Okay. And then
Okay.
So they had a goddess that was the god who protected from evil.
Oh.
She was like a spider god, and
Mm.
she would like be able to catch evil and protect you from evil.
Oh, so they believe that a bad dreams is because evil.
No, because the
No.
dream catcher is actually not exactly related with dreams. It's about
Oh.
oh,
it's
So
bigger.
so yeah, that catch an evil. Not
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, okay, I
mm,
see. So not only about a bad dreams. That's right.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
So
Oh, I see.
the story is that when these people started to grow and they
Mm-hmm.
left like the original places where they were settled, then they started to believe like our goddess of protection cannot go to these places, to these new places to protect them. So the mothers and the grandmothers, they would give to the children, mostly to the children, these these things which symbolize the spider web, and it's like in the name of the spider goddess who protects from evil. So that is the story.
oh,
Ah. Oh,
oh,
okay,
I
okay.
see.
I see. Oh, that's unique.
Because
So,
yeah,
I
because so
actually
many people just think it's for dreams.
yeah, so yeah, we know that just for cats a bad dreams. So okay,
I
so
didn't know that
it's a
either.
cat's an evil. Okay, okay. Uh, are all Indians people believe in dream catcher or just that area that
Uh,
you talk?
Not all Indian people, um, because in the past
Mm-hmm.
the the Indian people were not all the same. They weren't connected.
Okay.
So when you have, for example, those people of the north of the lakes,
Mm-hmm.
you have the Azteca. in Mexico, for
Mayan.
Mexico City, the Maya. For my friend, the Tairona. The people from my city were called Muisca. The people from Peru, the Inca. They were civilizations, but they were not very connected.
Oh,
Some
I
were so
see.
connected. For example, the mine from my city and my friends, they trade, you know, but they didn't go to Mexico. Definitely not. I mean, I heard there were some things from Mexico found here, but just like some jewels, very small trade, you know. So this also means that in terms of culture, they weren't mixed. They were,
Oh,
I mean, they had some
they were
similarities,
mixed.
but they were very, very far away.
Oh, so that's if we talk about Indians, so there are not all Indians have the same cultures. Is it?
No, totally not. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
So they are the same ethnics, but they have a different culture.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. I see. I see.
No. Oh, can you tell me the little difference about your culture and like Mayans and Aztec? Do you have their Indian? Do they have any differences like?
Yeah, well, what can you say? I'm new to this.
I mean, can you give us an example, a different culture, one Indian and another Indian?
Yeah, so
Just
Yeah.
an example.
so I think the most developed Indian culture in America was the Maya.
Okay.
They the Maya had they were quite developed. They had astrology.
Mm-hmm.
They wrote in
Mm-hmm.
hieroglyphics. They like Egyptian style, like with pictograms.
Mm.
Um, they had they were a civilization for 1,500 years.
Oh.
Yeah, so they were real, you know, like really. They had
Yeah.
Yeah.
medicine, everything. Um,
Oh.
they lived in the south of Mexico.
So,
Mm,
okay.
so that
Mm.
is the Maya. Uh, what do I know? I don't know so much. Like not too much is known about them, you know? Like in
Mm.
it's strange, but in Latin American culture, we don't know so much about our Indian ancestors because
Mm.
the Spanish when they came here, two things happened. One was that the Spanish people had uh, some viruses. It's very strong story, like very strong. The Spanish people they had already been trading with the Africans, with the Arabic
Mm.
people, with the Asians, you know, and their body had a lot of immunity to
Mm.
to a lot of sicknesses. It was like already part of their immune system, like what's
Mm.
happening now, you know?
Oh, so you mean that Indian there in maybe in your area is nowadays is like blend mixing culture from a lot of like Spain, Africa. So that's from there make a new culture. I mean that's mixed from a lot of. So there is no a pure culture like a pure Indian culture there. No. So there are mixing. Is that
Yeah,
true?
there's also always mixing, but there is pure Indian culture. Like my friend. My friend is pure
Hmm.
Indian.
Hmm. Also, still maybe still you have still have some place
Yeah,
that a pure culture.
yeah, like some small,
Okay, some place that
but it
still
depends.
have a pure culture. Mm.
Yeah, because for example, in Peru,
Hmm.
1/4 of the people are Indian,
Oh,
and
Oh.
I
in Bolivia,
see.
40% of the people are Indian.
Oh, okay,
Mm.
okay,
So
okay.
it depends.
Yeah, depends the area.
Yeah. Ah, my friend is
Yeah.
here. Look, my
Oh
friend is
yeah.
here. In Amadea. Oh my God, this is gonna be cool.
Where?
Oh yeah.
Wait, Anna. Hey, can you say to Amadea, ask her to just in
To do what?
Amadea? Wait, I
I'm
will invite Amadea again.
I'm here, but I need to update my apps, so I use my
Oh.
phone now.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Annie?
Oh yeah. Join friends.
Hello, one friend.
Annie?
Hi.
Hello.
Ah, hello. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Sandria and he's Seprido.
You can call me Pido.
Yeah. So we just talk about the culture, about how
About your
India
culture.
in the Colombia and our culture. We have Javanese culture. So we want to ask you about your culture. Is that okay?
Annie, ¿tú qué tanto, tú
Dime.
qué tan- tú qué tanto les entiendes en inglés?
No, no le entiendo nada.
Yo creo que les puedo traducir.
Sí.
Okay. Espera. So I think it's better if I translate. If you have questions, then I can translate and then I can tell you her answer.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. So we want to talk about I want to ask you some things like just Amadia just as like the Sundanese is always things like Tao, like if we are human and the nature is connected, are Indian are the same?
Me dicen que lo que pasa es que ellos tienen allá en Indonesia, tienen, ¿te acuerdas que yo te contaba que ellos tienen como el Islam, que llegó muy fuerte, que casi todo el país es Islam, pero tienen una religión tradicional que es la de la gente, digamos, de Indonesia de siempre, de la que como que eso es donde mi amiga comienza a decir que tenemos como una relación entre Indonesia y Latinoamérica, porque existen como culturas ancestrales que no hacen parte como de la cultura general cristiana, musulmana. Entonces, lo que ella me dice es que en la religión tradicional de Indonesia hay como una forma de ver el mundo que está como conectado con, ellos dicen que es parecido al taoísmo de China, o sea, como
Ahí.
que para ellos todo está conectado, como que la naturaleza está conectada con las personas y que todo siempre está como conectado. Entonces, que si tú consideras que, por lo menos en la religión de tu cultura, esto también es así.
¿Me repite la pregunta cómo fue?
O sea, ellos dicen que en la religión tradicional de Indonesia, ellos tienen ellos ven que el mundo está todo conectado. Como que el agua es como que también se habla de que como que cada uno es un dios, ¿sabes?
Sí.
Como que una religión basada en la naturaleza y en las conexiones e interconexiones de la naturaleza.
Sí.
Entonces ella me pregunta que si en tu cultura también es así.
Claro, nosotros hablamos de la energía, la conexión de la energía con la naturaleza, con el cosmos, entonces no habría nada diferente. Todo lo que como los seres humanos somos, nos plasmamos como en la naturaleza. O sea, hacemos representación del humano en universo. Entonces, a partir de eso, cuando nosotros hablamos de la madre tierra, es porque nosotros no tenemos nada diferente a lo que es lo natural. Por ejemplo, el cabello para nosotros representa como las montañas, las partes óseas representa como el tema de las piedras. el cerebro representa como las partes de las montañas, las nieves y así sucesivamente. Entonces, nosotros hablamos de una conexión íntimamente con la naturaleza y con la energía, porque el dolor que nosotros sentimos también lo siente. Y, por ejemplo, la interpretación con el tiempo actual que está sucediendo es que la madre naturaleza está enferma y está clamando que a los hijos se pongan las pilas porque por tantos daños que le hemos hecho. Solo para colocarle un ejemplo, si yo le quito una parte de tu cuerpo, digamos que, yo qué sé, un ojo, tú ya no tendrías las mismas funciones que ejerce teniendo dos ojos que un solo ojo. Entonces, pues con la madre tierra pasa lo mismo. Si tu oído está allí, es para que escuche, no es tu adorno, es para cumplir una función. Entonces, la naturaleza tiene como el petróleo, como el oro, cada una de las cosas cumpliendo una función, no para que le quiten esas funciones que ella ejercen día a día como nosotros lo hacemos en el cuerpo humano. Y ese es el clamor que hace la Madre Tierra.
Okay.
How?
Entonces, she says yes, they do have the belief that man is part of nature, that they understand the human in he
Yeah.
is as a part of nature, of the universe, like not independently. So,
Yeah.
and they even have interconnections between the human body and nature. For example, the hair for them represents the mountains, and
Oh.
the bones of the people represent the rocks, and the brain represents the snow of their mountain. And that's why men in their culture wear a white hat, because it represents the snow
Oh.
dot.
Oh, the snow. Oh. It's like some like ancient culture. Yeah. And then
And then what she says is that, for example, right now, like they, for example, what's happening today is that Mother Nature is speaking about what she needs from, like, from us, that we are doing, like, we're trespassing too much nature, and that Mother Nature needs us to, like, to get serious and stop, like, harming, because we are doing too much extraction.
oh,
So it's like
oh,
if we take out an eye, and then Mother Nature, like, feels this. And so yeah, and they also have a connection between the way that people feel and what Mother Nature feels. Like, we are also a part of nature, so if we feel like, our problems as people are also a part of nature, so that also
oh,
connected.
like
Yeah.
as above, so below, something
The
like
what?
that.
The
Like
what?
as above, so below. Like what happened in our body, like also, so human and the universe is connected and like influence each other, like
What
that.
what happens in our body is 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 connected with the, with what? Sorry, I didn't.
Uh, so like the universe and our body is influenced to each other, like connected and influenced to each other,
Do you want me
something
to
like that.
do you want me to ask this to her?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Annie? Annie? Annie,
Dímelo.
me preguntan que si dentro de estas conexiones que hay entre la naturaleza y las personas, también hay como una relación del cuerpo de la persona con el universo.
Ajá. Sí.
¿Cómo
sea,
cómo funciona esa relación? ¿Cómo el
¿cómo,
cuerpo?
cómo así? O sea, explícame de nuevo.
Mm, espera, déjame preguntarle a mi amiga.
Ajá, o sea, que me escriben un poquito. Yo aquí te estoy poniendo atención, es que lo que pasa es que estoy aquí haciendo una cosa, pero te estoy escuchando.
Dale, listo. Sandria,
Yeah.
can you explain me a little bit more your question? Like, I, because I think we can ask about if the thing of the hair and the mountains, like what is the relationship in concrete?
Yeah.
But
Yeah. The relationship.
but do you have any particular? When is that I didn't like when I asked her like what is the relationship between the world and the body of the person, but I didn't know like what to ask more than that. I don't know. Do you have something to add and that I can ask her?
Mm, like how's the perspective of the Indian culture about the human body and the nature? Like you said, the brain is like the mountain, or why people think like that? Yeah, something like that.
Ok. Ani,
Sí.
sí, me está preguntando como que si nos puedes contar más sobre esta relación que tiene el cuerpo humano con la naturaleza. ¿Cómo,
Ajá.
cómo funciona como esa...
Bueno, pues siempre estamos conectados con el universo y eso funciona a través de la energía, porque cuando tú vas a sembrar, tú lo primero que hace dentro de mi cosmovisión es pedirle permiso porque vamos a tocar la parte de como las montañas, digamos, talar. Entonces vamos a cortar como la parte de nuestro vello, ¿sí? Entonces lo primero que se hace es un rito, como una ofrenda, pidiéndole permiso. Vamos a tumbar árboles, pero vamos a sembrar algo que no afecte y que tenga una conexión con esto. Entonces se hace un rito especial que puede durar unos días, 2 días, y pues esa es una conexión energética también. Para poder conectarse como con esa energía, siempre pues hay como una persona que ha aprendido, es por decir, como unos sacerdotes, no sé ellos cómo lo llaman, como alguien, uno que ha aprendido por mucho tiempo y aprende a interpretar como si hoy sale el nube negra, está diciendo tal cosa, si los pájaros están cantando, entonces dice tal cosa, si el agua suena fuerte, entonces está comunicando esta cosa. Entonces es una comunicación entre la naturaleza y el hombre que se establece de esta manera. Las piedras igualmente. Y así ellos también tienen como una cosa que es súper natural y cuando ha aprendido mucho, por mucho tiempo, porque esta persona aprende aislado, primero desde el nacimiento, mejor dicho, desde la gestación. Si un líder que saben de esta misma cosa dice el bebé que viene para encargarse de eso, para aprender de esto. Entonces, inmediatamente,
¿Cómo
una
así?
vez que nazca, no lo pueden ver todo el mundo. Tampoco puede consumir alimentación como todo tipo que tenga químico, que sean del interior de la ciudad, sino comidas tradicionales y silvestres que son del territorio. Y esto es lo que hace que ellos empiecen a conectar y tampoco puede comer sal, aceite, nada. O sea, es un estricto cumplimiento de alimentación. Entonces, así como empieza es así como empiezan a conectarse con la naturaleza y por eso cuando se va a sembrar, pues se piden a través de ello, hacemos una ofrenda de permiso, sembramos la semilla y una vez que la semilla ya es tan grande, también se hace otro rito para que los pájaros, para los que están alrededor, no se consuman. Ese es como el derecho a convivir con la naturaleza y con las cosas que están alrededores, porque si no, pues ellos no entienden y empiezan a consumir, aquí hay semilla y me lo voy a comer. pero ellos no son conscientes y precisamente por eso la tierra nos rige a todo, tanto humano como las especies de la naturaleza, como los animales, como el universo. O sea, por eso nosotros llamamos madre. Y una vez que la semilla de frutos, pues también hacemos una ofrenda pidiéndole permiso. Gracias que pudiste germinar, cuidar estos sus hijos, porque es como un bebé que engendra, nace y empieza a crecer y pues para crecer tienen que como alimentarlo con otros nutritivos. Y eso es lo que hace la tierra. Entonces, cuando una vez que nace, que el bebé ya está grande y da fruto, entonces le pedimos permiso para consumirlo y para que nuestra alimentación tenga una conexión más fuerte.
Okay.
Okay, how?
So
Already you spent everything.
Yeah, yo, Juan.
she tells me how this relation with the person and nature um is like the way that they live. It's like the way they do everything. So everything is mediated by the relation that they have to nature. So a lot of this is done through a person who is called Mamu. Ani son los Mamus, ¿verdad?
Ajá.
So the
Mamu.
Mamu is it's like
Mamu.
it's like their it's like their spiritual guide, like the priest,
Mm,
you know, the spiritual
yeah.
leader.
Yeah, spiritual leader.
So these people are very special, really. They are brought up in a very special way. Like, so when they are identified that they're going to be Mamu, some of them from before they are born, from when they're in the womb, inside the mother, and from that time they start to become protected. So when they are born, they will spend
Yeah.
like they do not go out into society to live like everybody. They are they're brought up in a way that will connect them very deeply to Mother Nature.
How?
So this upbringing is
Nature.
very special and very very powerful. Like they live inside a house with no light for like 7 years. Let me ask her exactly. Annie,
Dime.
oye, ¿cómo es que es la crianza de los mamus? Como que todos los mamus, yo escuché que ellos viven durante como varios años a oscuras.
No, no tanto la oscuridad, sino que se aíslan, que no tengan contacto como con lo social. El tema de la alimentación es netamente estricto y pues así, digamos hasta cumplir los 18 años, entonces ya empieza como que ya un cacao, es como estudiar, inicia de primaria, pero es con la sociedad, en cambio ellos son principalmente unos 2, 3 personas y también con los guías, un solo guía que ha estado por mucho tiempo ya en este tema.
Okay. Okay, so she says that it's not really, I don't know where I heard about that, they that they live inside the dark home for many years, but I don't know if that was before or something. I just heard about that. I don't know, but she said that they will be brought up like monks, you know, in a special place where they're isolated from society, and it's maybe groups of 2 or 3 kids that are brought up by another mamu, and he will teach them everything until they are like 18. And they have like a very specific diet. They can only eat very pure food, no oil, no salt, to develop like a stronger relation to nature. So it's only food from the mountain, from their territory. So they make them into somebody very pure and very connected with like the spirit of their, you know.
like
that place.
like a holy man, something like
Yeah, like a holy man, yeah. And
that.
these people,
Also, they are not married too.
Ani,
Dímelo.
los mamus se pueden casar.
Sí, claro, ellos se casan.
They can get married, yeah.
Oh, I see.
Oh, they cannot get married?
Yes, they can.
Or they can? Oh.
Oh,
And there is one more thing, like they have a lot of this connection with nature. They do it through the a lot of ritual. So
Mm.
that is the way of respecting the body of the Mother Earth. For example, they will do when they were going to grow food. They first make a ritual, and then this person and everybody asks for permission to do something to the mother. And then while it's growing, they will do another ritual to protect it from the birds, from the plagues, like this. When they get the fruit, they will do another ritual thanking, you know? So it's also about this communication, which is very
ah,
real,
with
for
the
them.
Mother Nature.
Yeah, it's a connection, like a communication
Hmm.
with.
So
Yeah.
so there are I mean a lot of ritual to connect it to connect with Mother Nature. Like example,
Yeah.
like before we like harvest, after harvest we like thanks to the Mother Nature that give us something, a lot of harvest today, and then so this is our thanks, our communicate that this is our symbolize, that's a symbol that we are thanks to our Mother Nature about this harvest, something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, I see. So that's like I mean that's like a Japanese. Is that true, Sandria?
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I think every culture there is a like grateful ritual.
Mhm.
Yeah. And
Not only grateful. So that's if we will start to plan a plan. Maybe if in Indonesia we plan a rice, before we plan
yeah,
we
we
pray,
pray.
we make a symbolize that say to Mother Nature that we permission, we permission, we permission to plant this rice. So we hope that our plan will be great, will be good for all people here, something like that. So the
Wow.
harvest will be great too, because so that's like yeah, that's a communication, that's a connection, person, people with Mother Nature. Is that something like that? Maybe I don't maybe from you tell about Indians something, maybe it's not too different with it.
Yeah, totally. And one question, you tell me that you do this in Indonesia, in Japanese culture. This is traditional Japanese culture,
Yeah,
or
that's a
Yeah.
traditional Japanese
Hola,
culture.
Japanese.
Juan, voy a apagar el micrófono
dale, tranquila.
y el video, es que tengo que hacer otras cosas, pero yo voy a estar ahí, bueno.
Ok. Oye, me dicen que lo que tú cuentas es parecido a la cultura tradicional de ellos, que ellos
Ajá.
antes de sembrar, ellos también hacen un ritual y también le piden permiso y piden para que la cosecha sea buena. Y cuando reciben, también dan las gracias.
Ajá.
Sí.
Qué bueno. Genial. Sí. Ah, bueno, entonces estoy haciendo unas cosas, voy a apagar el video y el micrófono, pero me escribe cualquier cosa, voy a estar ahí. Bueno.
Vale, no te preocupes. Un abrazo. She that she works a lot. She has to start to work. So
Okay.
Okay.
she's doing something. She's still there.
Yeah. Actually, my friend just asked, but I don't know if you know about something. It's okay, but if not, the first can I ask you from my friends questions about Indian?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. The first question I will read. Like, you already answered her first question, like the ritual, and the second question is, how about your Indian people uh, how the Indian people think about their ancestor or their god and goddess? Is they still, like you said, there is a dream catcher, and is they still believe in goddess like that? And then the third question is about the Indian, like herbal
Medicine.
medicines. Yeah. How about can you tell me or introduce about that? Yeah.
Yeah. So the Indian people. So the thing is that in the first moment, it's important to mention that every Indian culture is different.
Hmm.
Yeah. Like in yours.
Yeah. My friend is different from the one in my city, and the one in my city is different from the one in Mexico, and so everything
Yeah, yeah.
is always different.
Yeah, I see. But
Oh,
how about
okay.
in your area?
So
Hmm.
they do have gods. They have God
Mm,
of creation. They have God. I don't remember the legend.
yeah,
Or
yeah.
maybe like Hindus, creation, and then I means
Destroyer,
destroyer and
Brahma,
keeper, Brahma, Brahma,
Krishna.
Vishnu, Shiva. Brahma
Yes.
is Brahma is a cut
Hey,
to
I'm not there.
creation. Brahma is creation, and then Vishnu is I mean keep the earth, and then Siwa is destroy.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if it's like this, like the Hindu, like the Hindu gods,
Yeah.
but they do have like I remember they told me the story. They have a story of how the universe came into existence and how um, there is one God who did something, and everything. They have
Mm.
their whole
Mm,
cosmology.
Uh,
Uh,
mm.
so
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 they
that
have their own god.
yeah, yeah. It's not Christian God.
I
Oh,
think the conclusion is depend of the area of the Indians, something like that.
yeah.
Because the Indians have their religions, their belief about God, something like that. So different Indian, a different place of Indians, they have a different. So we can't say that it like this, no, because there are a lot of. Isn't that? Is it true, John?
It's
Because
yeah. They
yeah, because they have their own belief.
totally. It
Yeah,
depends on the group.
the
Each
area.
group will have its own. Yeah,
Hmm.
Mm.
I think
And how?
maybe.
Test.
Sorry.
So yeah,
Can you
I
guys
can
hear
hear
me?
you.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
finally.
we
Yeah.
hear you.
Okay,
Okay,
I can
Juan,
hear you
next.
guys. Next.
Next, Juan.
Oh, and about the medicine, they have a
Mm-hmm.
lot of.
Yeah, medicine in India. Yeah, how about the medicine?
I was cured with their medicine. Uh,
Really? How?
yeah, when I went to their home, I really like to drink water from the river,
Mm-hmm.
and
Hmm.
um, we're in the tropics, like in my city, up in the mountains, the water from the river is usually very clean because it's very cold.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
So if you drink this water, you're not going to get sick.
yeah.
But I didn't realize, and my friend, she lives in a place where it's hot. She doesn't. her family doesn't live up the mountain. She lives close to the border, like 2 hours inside. It's not very close, but so it's hot, and the water has a lot of bacteria. So if you're going to drink this water, you need to make a soup, you need to boil it, you know? And I was drinking
Yeah.
water from the river like this. Oh my God, so happy. And I got the worst stomach ache in my life. Like I was going to die, really. Like I was like, I had a fever, you know, like when you drink too much water from the river, you get very sick.
Yeah.
And then her father, who is very good man, very important, he said to me like, you should go down, you should go to the city to go to a hospital because you're not good. I was like not even thinking well, you know. And I said, why don't you give me some medicine that you have here? Like I want to try something. And he said, I have something, but I don't know if you're gonna like it. So I he took out a bottle, like a glass bottle from under his bed, uh, and it has like a lot of leaves and a lot of like things inside. It was like brown, and he gave me to drink, and I was out for like 2 days. I was everything and just everything, and it cured me. I was good after that. I was good.
Is it like
Did you
helpful from
sleep
the
for 2 days,
friend?
or did you
No,
remember?
I was like, there was one day where I don't remember anything. I just remember I had a lot of diarrhea, like a lot, because this medicine just made me
Oh.
like put
Oh,
everything out.
oh,
Yeah,
Is it
So
like
like
detox or?
yeah.
from the plant?
Yeah, plant.
Mm.
Oh, 10 days. And
oh.
mm, actually, my friend have a lot of questions, but I don't know if I don't know if you know about this or not. But can I ask from my
Yeah,
friend?
yeah.
Okay, so according to the uh, her father give you medicine. So do you know how the medicine work? It's use the ritual or just the nature? And like my friend asked about this. Wait, I let me translate it. Like she said long time ago, there is a people who give her water, and she don't know if the water can heal her. And she said the water, like there is a people who give her water, the person is like study about astronomy. So do you ever hears about culture like that in Indian, like
About the
astronomy for
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 medic.
medicine? Yeah, like
Juan, can I
no,
ask you
okay.
something?
I will ask her.
Do you think it heals you because you believe that it will heals you, or it heals you um
Oh.
because the plant has
It just
some
happened.
yeah, because
No,
because sometimes I believe in law of attraction. If you believe in something, it will happen. So
Like
what
a
about you?
secret book.
I mean, I think I also believe in law of attraction, definitely, and I think
Mm-hmm.
it, me personally, I think it also has effects like placebo effect sometimes in medicine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But that
Mm-hmm.
medicine
Yeah.
that they gave me was not placebo. It was
Yeah.
because you know, I in my stomach I had bacteria. So
Uh-huh.
this medicine made me go everything out. I was going to the bathroom like 20 times a day
Mm.
for like 2 days.
Mm.
So it went out. Everything went out of me. And I don't know if it was because of the bacteria or the medicine, but one day I was out. I couldn't think. I was like a zombie. Yeah. I just remember that my friend was telling me like, don't die, like like this. it was not too bad, you know. It was really not too bad. But I remember that my friend was worried, and I was like, I cannot, I couldn't even think.
Of course, like
Uh,
you're far from home.
Yeah.
Juan, when before you train the medicine, uh, your father have a ritual for the your drink to ritual or something, or maybe pray or something like that.
I don't remember that he had any ritual.
Hmm.
Mhm. He just like gave me to drink, like,
Mm.
drink it.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Or maybe
So how about
he,
you? How?
Hmm?
maybe he had ritual but
Maybe
never show you.
Yeah, or maybe when they did it, probably when they did it, they made some ritual.
mm,
Yeah, it's maybe.
yeah.
Yeah, that's same with my culture. I think that's yeah. No,
And can I ask you something? How does your
Yeah.
culture? I mean, how do you make the connection or the balance between the traditional culture
mhm.
and the modern culture? For example, the traditional culture being the people who are very connected with nature, who are talking to the spirit of nature, and then with the modern culture, which is like thinking about production and extraction and machines and industry and economics. How do you, how has in Indonesia, how has this occurred? Because in Colombia, most of the relation between the traditional cultures and the modern cultures is about people talking about that we should not destroy the environment so much. This is kind of the dialogue that occurs when there is people, the people who believe in traditional culture, they will say you should not take away the this, you should not cut the trees, you should not dry the rivers, you should not destroy the mother earth. And then the other people will say, but we need this for production, for economy. So this is the kind of dialogue that we have in these two cultures in here in Latin America. How does the dialogue work in Indonesia?
Dial.
Mm,
I think
okay.
I
I don't
never.
think people care that much in Indonesia. What do you think?
Yeah, there is no dialogue about it. So
Mm.
yeah, there is no dialogue about traditional and modern. Because I think a lot of I don't know, majority in Asia country, there is they uh they goes to a modern
They what?
goes to a modern culture.
Uh,
Close one.
Yeah, so
yeah.
they go they they uh they yeah, they go to the modern culture. So Indonesian too. So they want a modern culture, something like that. How about the traditional? Yeah, just person who know about it, who care about it, they will learn about it.
Yeah.
But
Something
most
like that.
people in their mind, they go to they think about university, economics,
Yes.
these kind of ideas. Like,
Yeah, the majority persons
yeah.
maybe a lot of persons they think about how to be a modern, something like that. So the concern is about economic, the concern is about
Yeah.
modern, the concern is about modern issues, modern, all about modern, something like that.
But I once like worked in the maybe a furniture company like in Indonesia. If you want to um, have a like wood or something to make a furniture, you must have a letter. It's called SVLK, like verification for eco green friendly, something like that. Yeah, just like that.
So
so
there,
so the
yeah, I mean, so the line, the line of modern culture is rule about CSR.
CSR?
Yeah, do you know CSR?
What is that?
Social responsibility.
CSR.
Uh,
Oh,
CSR,
that's very interesting.
social responsibility, corporate social responsibility.
Oh,
So that's the rule how we to manufacture, how we to production. So the rule, uh, I mean the line how to keep the culture, not the culture. I think, yeah. Because that's a social and nature. So how to keep the nature and how to keep the social like a culture. It's depend of the corporate social responsibility.
I understand. I understand what you mean.
And then yeah, some people, yeah, we have organization, that's independent organization that concern about social responsibility. But I don't know, all organization is really concerned about social responsibility or concerned about money. I don't
yeah, because we
In my opinion, I think people who do that, they only think like in small, not small portion, like in small part. They only think about economy, or maybe they only wants their product to be, how to say, to be sell everywhere. So they don't think about the environment impact and everything. But if we see, how to say, broad, we can see a different, if we see like in larger scale, not only in the economic ways. Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Juan. Oh my, I cannot hear you. I cannot hear all of you.
The
Wait,
connection.
1 second. 1 second. I'll be back. One
Yeah,
second.
yeah. What?
Kedengeran nggak?
Iya kedengeran.
Lumayan. Tadi putus-putus.
Oh iya, pantesan. Soalnya unstable deh kayaknya internetku.
Oh, pakai wifi.
Iya, tadi Juan tuh ngomong apa sih?
Wan tadi tanya itu gak sih? Kalau di sana itu ada kayak
Mediasi,
apa yo?
tradisional dan modern.
Mediasi tradisional sampai modern. Di sini nggak ada ya?
Nggak ada. Jadi,
aku tuh dengernya kalau di bisnis lebih memikirkan di ekonomi atau environment impact.
oh enggak, dia tadi itu nanyain, jadi kalau di sana itu ada, jadi kan ada orang-orang tradisional yang mereka itu aware banget sama nature, aware banget sama culture, kayak gitu. Nah, sedangkan itu ada orang-orang yang dia aware banget sama ekonomi. Ini dua hal ini kan gap kan. Kalau kita mau cepetin ekonomi, kita mau cepetin modernisasi, kita bakalan ninggalin yang namanya culture dan tradisional. Nah, ini kan dua gap yang apa, bertolak belakang. That's a gap, and then they have a dialogue to modernization. So they have like a mediation, a traditional, and then with a modern, something like that. So how about in our country? Yeah, in our country, that I have said that we have social responsibility, corporate social responsibility. That's the line of manufacturing, the line of economic. So we can go far in modernization, but you must aware with nature. You must aware with a culture. You must aware with a social. that's the rule is in corporate social responsibility.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
who will make the standards for this social responsibility? The Ministry of Environment,
Uh,
like the government.
corporate social
It
responsibility is
should be from government, but I don't think in Indonesia the
yeah.
government is
In
that
in
strong.
Indonesia we have the
Like
rule,
that.
but maybe not all people know about it. But
Mhm.
the ministry make like a global rule about standardization about pollution, about the pollution of water, pollution of uh, the air, something like that. And then every city they have to. So from the
Mhm.
ministry, they like a global concept. Then it will be detailed in every city, something like that.
So I think
So
it's the same like in my country.
who keep this line is the government, but not just a government. We have like organization that they are independent, so they are concerned about nature, they are concerned about culture, they are concerned about social. That yeah, they make it like organization that control a lot of manufacture uh, about this. I mean this line, something like
I
something
didn't
like
know
that.
about that.
I know about it.
I just know about the furniture thing, like the
Yeah,
wood.
What kind of
that,
organization? What kind of, is it non-government organization like Greenpeace or this kind of organization or?
yeah, they are independence organization. Independence. Like if you in economic we have like accountant, public accountant, something like that. Accountant, public accountant is independence organization. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
independence.
yeah,
That's auditing was
yeah, yeah, yeah.
financial report. So there's something
Yeah.
like that. They are
Mm.
independence organization to auditing corporate social responsibility.
That is very.
But do they work with government?
No,
No,
no.
because um like tax consultant,
Yeah.
they sometimes work with the government. Not to work with government, not to work for government, but work with government.
Mm.
Uh,
So sometimes the government will give them a project or something
uh,
like
uh,
outsourcing.
if
Mm-mm.
if we talk about professionality,
Uh-huh.
they are independence. If you talk about oh they work with government or not, I don't know because that's a personality.
Is it a
That's
big
personal.
organization or like how big the impact for the nation?
How big the impact of for Indonesian? I think like you asked to Chuan something like that. Hey Chuan, what is the impact about your mediation? Like a modern and traditional, something like that. If the mediation is good, that will be good. So
Mm-hmm.
if this organization is good, so the impact of the impact of the nation is so good, something like
I think this organization that you say is very interesting. And actually I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if we have something like this
Yeah,
here.
me too.
that.
Can you
maybe
tell us
maybe
more?
you can search.
Yeah. Can you tell us more, or how can I look? I think it's interesting.
uh I don't know how to
So like,
start.
what, what,
I mean,
what do they vigilate? What do they like? What do they will look for? What parts of society they will be observing?
that's not no I mean it's not all part of social responsibility corporate social responsibility, not all parts that they are concerned. So because maybe it's an example, like a social responsibility that they are concerned in social, like independence that they are concerned in social issue, and then maybe another organization that they are concerned in nature issue.
Mm-hmm.
They will be different. It can be different. So if 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 you talk about which part, it's depend of the organization, what part they are concerned and what part they are no more about that problem, that issue.
You know, actually, we also have something that are called the regional autonomous corporations. And corporation, not like a business, but they're from the government, but they are,
Mhm.
like you say, like partly independent, and
Mhm.
they are the ones who are in charge of making companies and people obey the environment law. So we have this in terms of environment. In other aspects of the society, like social development, I haven't
Yeah,
heard.
social development.
I don't know, but it's interesting. It's very interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because in I mean in developed country, maybe majority some like that. So there are a lot of organization that concerned about social. So social is concerned, but if you uh make like manufacture something like that, and then you have a pollution. Oh no, not nature. Uh, when you have a company, and then what is your effect for your area, social area?
Mhm.
Mhm.
So maybe at the first fact, you must have impact, a good impact for social. That's social. Maybe it's about what is it? Hmm, apa itu kesejahteraan tuh apa? Welfare.
Mm,
It's like a
well,
welfare. Yeah, that's fine. So that's yeah, here. If you talk about culture, traditional culture, who are so respectful with the nature, respectful with social. Is that true, Juan?
Uh,
Traditional culture. It's majority traditional culture. It's respect with nature, respect with culture,
Yes.
respect with the social. That's majority culture, a
well,
traditional culture.
yeah. I mean, their culture or the traditional culture is based on this respect, and
Mhm.
I think that you can say that this respect is usually done, and it's actually a true ideal. I mean, they do live according to this respect, but
Mhm.
at the same time, for example, the Maya civilization um, ended because they grew too much food in the same land. You know,
and then
Mhm.
yeah, the land became didn't have nutrients, so then
So
they couldn't grow any more food, so they had to leave, and that's why when the Spanish people arrived to America, the Maya ruins, everything was already abandoned. The Aztec were still there. They had civilization, they had everything was going, but the Maya, they had already uh, how to say, they had already um, I mean, there are still descendants of the Maya in Guatemala and South Mexico, but they are not empire like before because their civilization became destroyed. Because so
mm,
what I mean to say is like they have the ideal. Many times the ideal is there, but in the praxis, people are not doing exactly how they should.
mhm.
Maybe they're making mistakes. Maybe
yes.
they're honest mistakes. maybe it's not that they were actually trying to hurt Mother Earth. They were doing the rituals, everything. They just didn't know that,
they're doing wrong.
yeah, that they're doing wrong. And maybe this is something we're doing now, you know? We have the science and everything, and then we're still doing everything.
That I know is a social culture, traditional culture with a modernization. There's like a gap.
Yeah,
Gap.
there is a gap.
There's
Yeah,
a gap. So if you talk about I means manufactured in in everywhere, manufactured in everywhere. That's a gap. Just with the wind, something like that.
with what?
With the wind,
Who is going to win?
win. The winner,
With the winner.
the winner of this gap, the winner of this gap.
Oh, the winner of the one. Yeah, the
It's
the
traditional
strongest
or
one is win.
the stronger.
I think that it's, you know, like, I think that it's, we can, I mean, we can take from both. That's what we try to do a lot in Latin America, like because here we have a very big, and I think you have this experience as well. Like in America, you have the Indian people, and then the Spanish people, and the Black people, and they're all very different, you know? So in Latin America, we have had to, in a way, I think the best part of our culture is the part that tries to accept everybody and tries to be like not friendly to other people, because you want to understand and you want to not have to have problems with the other person. So I think that this is actually not so, I mean, this is not our traditional culture, to be honest. In Latin America, we have a lot of very old culture is racist. You are there, blacks are there, like, but now people are starting to say, hey, no, let's mix. Let's learn from each other. Let's be friends. You know, we're all different, but we're all friends. So what I think is, if you take from this idea of Mother Earth, and you can take the big idea and you can use it with science at the same time. Like, how to say it? I mean,
I know what you mean.
Yeah, we can do both. Good.
Yeah, that's and then Amadia said about Freeport. That's why it's about that's the information that we cut just politics. It's just economic, not about the social, not about the
Tradition.
measure, something like that. Maybe they will not inform about it, because if they inform about it, I don't know if it's good. It's maybe okay. We will pro to I mean, if good, we will pro that Freeport can develop the society. But if not, we will contra the Freeport, something like that. So that's complicated. I think the problem is so complicated. This cannot say we can't, because yeah, it's so related.
Yes, Juan.
A lot of things.
How can you be so positive? Can you see us? Like, I mean, sometimes I think I'm so desperate. About the world.
Okay.
Like, it's too many bad things happen.
Oh, too many bad things. Okay. Then.
Yes. And sometimes I just want to. I'm not saying I live by my own, but when I see Juan, he's so positive and he wants to change the world. I want to change the world. sometimes I think, oh my God, it's too much to fix.
Okay. If Juan, maybe Juan,
When you can
have
answer.
you ever come here to Indonesia?
No,
No,
I have.
never.
Because we're so desperate, you know.
No, no, no,
Maybe like that, Alicia.
no, no.
Like
Because
maybe.
that's in I mean then in majority country, developed country, that have this
This
problem.
problem. Yes.
Yeah, because in developed country there are a lot of what's that kepentingan tuh apa ya? Apa Sen?
Apa?
Kepentingan, need,
Oh,
they need.
have
Purpose.
Nah, a lot of people have a purpose.
purpose.
Yeah, have a purpose. And then if I tell you about our history, and then a lot of people don't learn history much about this, because like maybe in our country that we have, maybe a lot of country, developed country have, they have a problem with like different ethnic, like a different culture. That's the problem. It's begin the last time ago.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's strange.
Yeah. Then if Juan told me that in you have like a new culture, because we accept it that a different people come to us, and then we make a new culture that we can accept all people new. It's different here. It's different in a developed country, I think.
I think it's not about developed country or I think it's about mentality.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Of the people, of the youth people.
Yeah, because no, why? That's the mentality. Because that's the culture that built here. It's not like in Juan. So we have a history like this, and then the history make a culture. The culture is until now still like this. Because why? Because we don't learn about our history. We don't learn how to make it be positive. We don't learn make it how be better.
yeah.
So just a minority person know about this, and just minority person want to change it. So it's so hard to make it, because just a minority person want to know about our history and want to change it.
So we made the same mistake over and over again.
Yeah, and that's because they don't learn about our historical. They don't learn, hey, and then they don't want to make it better.
Yeah.
They don't learn about the history. If now it's like we have a mistake now. It's maybe a years ago we know about the crash, something like that, crash politics, crash economy, and then like something like that. Do you learn when we are in a Majapahit? That's the same condition like a years ago. So
really,
yeah, that's the same.
History.
Yeah. So
now I'm currently reading about Demak, history of Demak, and the fall of Majapahit. Yes. But I don't read much about like when Majapahit ruled Indonesia. I only read about the fall of Majapahit and the rise of Demak Empire.
Okay, you don't read before Majapahit?
Yes, I don't read.
So
How about the
before. So we
I
have
read
a
something about
history.
Sriwijaya, but not all of it.
So I miss the point is the point is why we always the kingdom never be a good kingdom, never be a biggest kingdom, because a lot of people in Indonesia have their own purpose. And you know what why when we are a kingdom, we have a lot of persons is a lot of person have a good skill for war, but we lose from
Europe, for example,
Europe.
or from
No,
one
yeah,
in
from
another
Europe.
kingdom.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
Europe. Why?
I disagree
Because
with you.
why?
Why? Because during that time, Europe, they have more developed technology.
No, that's not. That's not about
Tell me
technology. That's
why?
about politics. Do you know about David at Imbra?
Yeah,
Before David at Imbra, we are together.
we are together. Yes.
Yeah, we are together. We have a lot of person can war. We have a lot of person could to make minutes a war. But David at Imbra, it's they
They
make a
divide
different
people by ethnicity.
divide people. Yes, by ethnics. That's why. And then you know about our I mean every person have their own purpose, and a lot of purpose. I mean a majority purpose from them is money. So it's easy for them. Okay, you just coordinate your area, and then I will help
Collect.
you if you
Mhm.
you collect and give to me, and I will help you if you have
To
a
make you
problem.
rich. Mm.
Yeah, and I will help you to make you rich, to have a position, something like that. That's
So I think, yeah,
No, I
I
still disagree.
but I think it's all about the mindset. Like,
About what?
in the traditional history, we have a mindset like one said, like in the Indian, we are human, connected with nature. Our Javanese ancestor also have that. Chinese ancestor also have that, like a traditional mindset. But when people came and they bring you a new mindset about like position, about the money, they can make uh maybe they can change something. And I think if you learn about the law of attraction, like you said, when you say like, oh, I'm so desperate, why this country is so chaos, something like that, it's also being your mindset. And yeah, like the ancient people know, our mindset also have influence to our reality. So yeah, it's also a little bit about the mindset, like what you give to universe. Maybe this is also about and little bit about ancient belief, like what you think about people, like the law of attraction. What you think, it's what you get. Like when I'm focusing on the chaos of this country, so I also I also get a lot of information about the bad news of the country, about the bad vibe, something like that. But if you always put yourself in the higher energy, so you can maybe you can have an insight about the solution of the society. Because I think from a lot of history. There's never 100% perfect society. There's no
Yeah.
100% perfect society. Yeah.
Yeah,
How
there is
about
no
you, Justin?
100% society could.
How do you think, Juan? How do you can be so positive?
Like I think it's Juan be positive because Juan live there, and then Juan have a lot of person who can support him.
With positive vibes.
Yeah. What do
like,
you think, Juan?
like in, what do you think? Like in Colombia, it's also have a like Pablo Escobar, something like that. It's not all positive.
Yes.
How do you think?
That, to be honest, I think that my culture is, I don't know, like I don't know so much of the old culture, like of my great grandfather and before. I mean, I can tell you something. During the time of the Spanish colony, it was not so good. Like, if okay, so this is kind of the idea that I have. So in the time of the Spanish colony, the black people were slaves, you know?
Mhm.
This was from the year 1500, 1550 to the year 1750. Actually, they were slaves until for almost 300 years. So that was definitely not nice. And the Indian people, they came, a lot of them died, and it was very hard, it was slavery. It was a time of, so that was on top. In the bottom, you would have people trying to make a life in this situation, people trying to live, have a good life, have meaning. And then that is how it also creates a lot of the culture of today, because this environment will start to create the way people think and the way the situation that people have to react. So I think that, mm, that's why we really like to party. Latino people really like to party because
Mm.
I think in a way it helped us to release a lot of our uh, frustration with life. So we like to dance, we like to sing, we like to go crazy because we feel that it's a way to liberate what we have
Mm.
inside, And then I think the African people, um, in Latin America, we really like our African blood. Like, I don't know why. I just think of an example. I have a friend from Africa who was born in France.
Mm.
She's, like and she's black. And one day she said to her father, maybe in French, "Father, I'm feeling depressed." When she was like 18 or something, and her father said, "We don't have depression in Africa. You go and do something." you know,
Uh,
that is
yeah,
for
yeah,
French
yeah.
people. So that what it says to me is that the African culture is a culture where people are very big. They're strong. They are their bodies like
Mm.
strong. They like to dance. They have a very strong connection with music, and
Mhm.
happiness is kind of a part of, well, I don't
Part of
know
what?
so much if this is actually a part of African culture or if it's the way that the African people in slavery started to become. But now in Colombia, and this is really, really, really true, black people are super happy people. Like, you see black people in the north, remember that I told you? Over there, people are happy. They're like, they're joyful people. They're kind of positive, and I don't know if it's exactly because of the African culture, maybe partly, or maybe because they were slaves and they said, either I live a happy life being a slave, or I'm going to be miserable and it's going to be also slave, so it's going to be worse.
Yes.
So, like, okay, so they learned how to be happy in hard circumstances.
Mm.
So, and this is been very influential for our culture because the African people have a lot of connection with music and the drums and the dance. So
Yeah.
now our music is very Africanized. Our rhythms all come from Africa. So many things. Like the spirit of our music is very connected to the African root, and
Mm.
this starts to create like a sense of person, which has changed because, for example, there's a city where my mother is from. Actually, she's not from that city. It's a place in the country. This place in this city, people are very white, super white. They are even blonde, like
Mm.
because it was a very big group of like white people they went into some forests and they were cutting down trees and making towns and making roads and making cities and making industry. And now this part of they were so rich they wanted to become a different country. you know because
Okay.
and in Colombia we admire them a lot. In our history we very much admire them because they were very smart. They created a lot of things from nothing. um, and and nowadays they are still very very smart, but you listen to their music and their music is sad. It's just some guy playing a guitar talking about sad stories,
Uh,
and everything is sad and dramatic. And it's like, okay, and then the music from my city up in the mountains is sad. Everything is like, it's strange.
mm.
It's like some Spanish people that go very far away and then they miss their hometown and they sing sad songs. It kind of feels like this. Like our old music kind of feels like this. But this started to change like 80 years ago, maybe a little more. When we started to when we became independent at first, when Latin America, I can say this for sure for Colombia, but I'm quite sure it's also almost the same for all of Latin America. When we became independent from Spain, we ended slavery. That was like because the black people were also helping the war against Spain, and we just didn't believe in that. So we finished that. This is not the same as in USA. In USA, they continued slavery until the Civil War, you know, and and then the black people faced a lot of discrimination. So the black people have been treated differently in North America and in Latin America. In Latin America, at first, people were still like, we know, like this is because of course they were the slaves, you know. So they were in a different place of society than the rich white people. And their music, their culture was like seen as something low, not it was not Christian, it was not good. But then this culture started to change, and of course these big changes also take time. And this was also in the same time as jazz started to become more important in USA, in New York, in the 40s, 30s. In Colombia, we started to see how the black music started to become more popular, and the black people started to be more, like the black culture started to be more accepted.
Mm.
And this was a process that lasted in the 40s. I mean, my grandparents, probably one of my grandparents would not like me to marry a black woman, my grandparents, but they like black music,
Yeah.
from
Yeah. I
Cuba,
see.
from the Caribbean. So then my parents probably wouldn't mind if I marry a black woman. I would marry a black woman. I had a black girlfriend, you know? And then um so now you can see that I don't care. For me it's okay. But it's a process.
Yeah, that's right.
Um,
So that's like it's not now it's not about the ethnics, but I think that's you have your new culture there. Yeah, so because you can accept it from the other you, maybe okay you're white people, but you know that the music from the black music is good.
and we can enjoy with it, so we can accept it, something
Yeah.
like that. So that will be a new culture there.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, there's one more thing that I want to say about culture is that, I mean, it all sounds very musical in terms of politics, of money. Then it's still
Yeah.
very much different, you know.
I think
But there's one thing.
Yeah.
There is one artist that I really, 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 really like, because he is that I read a book about his music, and I want to work with him. Really, I actually wrote to his musician just last week saying that I want to work with him, because this guy, yeah, I love him. I so much admire him, you know, because this guy, I can send you his name. I think Sandri and Amadea have already listened to him. He's a guy who, this singer is a guy who, he started to make songs of traditional songs of the, not the black people, but the mixed black people, like kind of
mix.
started to record albums of this music. He started to say, hey, this is beautiful, you know, I want to, actually it was because he first was in a TV show acting like one of these singers, and then he made an album. But then he made a group, and then in his group he is white, then his guitar player is like the guy who is like, he's white but he's Indian, like his mind, he's Indian, he's totally Indian guy. Then his accordionist is like black Indian, then he has an Indian guy, and then he made this thing in which they will combine everything, you know, and they will talk about the traditions, and then how everybody is like in a party, you know, like, and getting, they don't really make messages of we're all the same, you're okay, I'm okay. No, they just take the instrument from the black, they take the flute from the Indian, they take, and they mix, and they make beautiful out of it. So this
It's
music spirit, it makes you believe that we are all putting something for this project, you know, and in the mind of people. And the guy is super happy, he's always positive. He will
see.
It's called Steven. I can send you a song. So I think it's very important for a
Send
culture.
us.
Yeah.
Yes, and
With
what if we later make a group chat together?
Oh, Carlos vibes.
Carlos first.
I think he's super important in our culture, really. His spirit, like.
Let me Google him.
Yeah, I also Google him.
I will send you.
Cheers.
I will say, look, I'm gonna send you this song. This song is the last song he put out, and it's just, and it's not even so traditional. It's very modern song, but if you see the video, if you see this video, you're going to be like.
I also already Google it. Like.
Okay, Amadea. If we will make a differentiation about our history, okay?
Okay. Looking forward to that.
Oh. Yeah, I like the video. This like it's so attractive.
You see, everybody's dancing and having fun.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah. And how about if we have a group chat together?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You have a WhatsApp, Amadea.
Okay.
Sure.
And how about we talk about culture? Can you tell me about your Sunda's cultures? What's the difference with Javanese? With ours, Java.
What is the different culture? Sunda and
If you ask me that, I don't know how to answer that. What's the difference between Japanese and Sundanese? Sudanese
Just explain it.
culture. In which
And
part?
like, for example, how about the belief and like the maybe the calendar? We also have a calendar or
Oh,
Primbon.
calendar.
Is
No,
that
I don't think it's like Kejawen, like you have a special calendar. But I think people nowadays they do believe in religion. It's very less people believe in like traditional Sudanese religion, and even I think if I talk to my parents that I learn about Sunda Wiwitan, they will call me sesat. How to call that?
the same?
You
No,
come
I don't
from
know
your religion.
what is that. Yes, it's like
Yeah.
because for me it's culture. Like Confucius,
Yeah.
like when you ask when you ask Chinese, like, do you have religion? No, I don't have religion. But do you believe in Confucius? Yes.
Mm,
For me, it's like
yeah,
that. But I think for majority people, it's not like that. If you believe in one religion, you should devote yourself to that religion.
Yeah.
Yes, and another culture, I think it's similar than it, with Japanese. Like we have, let me think. I don't think it's as details as a Japanese, because in Japanese you have very specific rituals of everything.
Mm.
While in
Yeah, we have
Bandung,
it.
where I lived, people is more modern.
Mm.
Oh,
We don't really like have tradition whatsoever.
Traditional. Yeah, tradition ritual.
Yes. Mhm.
In Japanese, I think no. I just I mean just uh not not all area still doing the ritual, traditional ritual. Maybe like in Sunda. Nowadays, like me, I'm a traditional dancer.
Cool.
I can't see a lot of person learn about it. Something like that. When I was in college, just me, learn about traditional dance.
Can I ask what is your major?
My major accounting.
Yes. Oh, accounting. But you love culture and tradition.
No. So my father is a dancer, traditional dancer, professional traditional dancer. So
Cool.
my father take money from dance, not from other, just dancing.
that's cool. Whoa.
And then me, my mother is a teacher,
Mm-hmm.
and me is I am accountant.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I learn from my father. I learn from my mother. So I can dance traditional dance.
Mm-hmm.
I still do it until now.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes when weddings,
You
I
can
have a job.
perform there.
Yes, perform there. Get
Are
some
you
money.
happy?
Yes, of course.
That's good. That's wonderful.
Yes, of course. Because I person that maybe when you know about psychology, I have a colorist, that person who can live because goals, something like that. So I have a lot of goals. That so I have goals in my dance. I have goals in my job. I can have goals in anywhere. That's why I can do it all
Together.
something like that. So when you do you like dance? Yes, I like dance. Do you like accountant? Yes, I like accountants. Do you like music? Yes, I like it.
Oh my god, that's wonderful.
yeah, that's why when you said that, yeah, it's happened same with Asunda. There not it's now it's just a majority person aware about this culture,
Mhm.
about their culture. It's
Mm.
just a minority, I think.
To be honest, I start to learn about Indonesian culture and tradition after I go to China.
Yeah.
Same.
Because like my major is traditional architecture, Chinese traditional architecture. And then
Mm.
I have
sometimes
learned
my
from baby.
and sometimes my teacher asks me to make a presentation about Indonesian culture, and then
Mhm.
I start to like get to know about my culture. Before, like when I was in undergraduate college, I'm so interested in feng shui.
Oh, thanks you. Okay.
Yeah. So I try to look for more information about feng shui, and then I go to China to learn traditional architecture. And then when I'm here, I mean in China, I start to learn about Indonesian culture,
Culture.
and I start to love Indonesian culture. I think the point is tak kenal maka tak sayang.
Yeah.
How to
Yeah.
translate it in English? If you
If
don't
you
know,
don't,
how can you love that?
If
So
you don't know, you
first,
how can you?
how can yes? So I think first, you need to know your own culture first.
Yeah.
Before you love, you need to know your own culture. Maybe if we are young people, we will become future leader. Maybe if we work for a governor, maybe we can make a system like everyone should learn about history. People should since we are young, like kids, okay, forced to learn about Indonesian culture. So let's
yeah,
see. Yes, because like I think education in Indonesia, we don't require the kids to know about Indonesian history.
Yeah.
And for most of people, it is boring, right?
Yeah.
Even for me before. But now, since I start to learn it by myself, and I found that I love my culture. So I think it is very important to love your own culture.
Yeah. It's a that's a systematic problem, I think, about about because now 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 I can't see a lot of person know about our culture.
Mm-hmm.
That's rare to know. That's rare. No, that's when we know about person who love their culture. Now is unique.
Yeah.
Now is unique.
how,
S-
how
Huh?
about there? How about in Colombia? Even our Indonesia, like people who knows about the history and culture is according to unique people, because there's a lot of teenager who don't like a history and traditional culture. How about in Colombia? Is people in there are the same, or people in there also uh, also aware of the culture and history? Because I think in China, there's a lot of people, young people, because the school
Because
forced them to
the
learn.
government, yeah, make it
Yeah,
like as a
so
curriculum in education.
yeah, so people who like
Yes,
who
that's what I
knows the
love
culture
there.
just like ordinary people. How about in the Colombia?
I think that in Colombia, people we know we have history class in school, but it's
Boring, kind
kind of
of.
like I don't think it's too deep. We don't
Mm.
really feel. We
Maybe
just talk
maybe
about
let's see.
we just, you know, we talk about the basics, like the very, very, very basics. We had Indians, and then the Indians were these groups, and then we had African people brought us the Spanish, and then they were conquered, and then we had the Africans, then they were slaves, and then there was like a social system, and then we became independent with these guys, and then we had some wars, and then we had some more wars, and then we have today, basically. But you know, it's not really very much of something any.
Maybe
Culture, huh?
I think there why just basic because your new culture is good, I think, and then they focus in new culture, so that's why a basic culture just it's just just it.
You just need to know
Maybe.
that. You don't need to understand it.
Yeah, maybe.
The past?
Is that?
You just to know the basic history, not to know deeply, because your new culture is good. You can accept all people. You can something like that maybe. So they are focused in this level.
Well, yeah, I think that is true. I think that is true. Our new culture is good. We are becoming inclusive, and so I think, yeah, in a way, yeah. I think that generally speaking, we are doing kind of okay because we are becoming inclusive, and and this is very important, I think, for us. And we are talking a lot about culturally, we're talking about not being corrupt because the government has a lot of corruption. They were stealing too much money, and then the country was not being able to work. You know, they stole so much money that the country was going down. You know, so now there's a lot of culture of not being corrupt, not being bad, like governing, and I think that is okay. That is good. I still think it's a little bit too simple, in my opinion. I mean, but of course, sometimes when you have a problem with somebody, you have something that hurts in your heart, you shouldn't be touching that all the time, you know, because it hurts. So I think that maybe it's true that we don't need to always be reminding. Is that when we were slaves, and when the Spanish, and then the black people, and the Indian, you know, like, okay, that was 300 years ago. Nothing to do about it, you know.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I think there must be like a balance between not talking about it and talking about it too much, because I don't know. Yeah, it's true. I think I need to I feel there's something that I need to like understand them a little bit more about the past and how to use the past or not use it, or like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you do you know about Amadia? Do you know about the story in Majapahit? I think you know about Bhinneka Tunggal Ika Tanhono Dharma Mangla. Yeah, that's maybe that's
That's a really good, how to say, not symbol, how to say, yeah, it's kind of symbol. It's not symbol.
sentence.
The word sentence, I know. I mean, it's a good symbol for unity
in diversity.
Yes.
So Juan, yeah, at last in Majapahit Kingdom, so it's before Indonesia. They have like, what's it?
Maybe I can help
Sumpah
you
Palapa?
with some picture.
No. There's Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. It's not from Sumpah Palapa.
Oh no.
Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. Yes.
Majapahit is this. Wait.
Nah, Majapahit. So
Gajah Mada.
Gajah Mada, like this
Gajah
one
Mada
people is the people who make Indonesia long time ago it's once like include Thailand also just
Yeah, Thailand,
becoming
Malaysia,
one,
Singapore.
yeah, becoming one of big kingdom because of this man, and it's called Majapahit Kingdom. So like Thailand, Malaysia, and Singapore also included, and
Wow, very big.
Yeah, that's so big.
Wow. Oh my God.
That's so
yes,
big.
It's called Nusantara.
Yeah,
Nusantara.
they call it
Yeah.
Nusantara. Yeah, and
Yeah, this
there
is
we
the
have.
statue of the Gajah Mada in the religion.
So there is a book about Emputan Tular. Emputan Tular wrote it, and then
Yeah.
they describe the situation in Majapahit is Bhinneka Tunggal Ika
This is
Tanhono Dharma Mangro.
I don't know what is
Bhinneka,
Tan Hongo. I just know Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. I don't know the rest of it.
it's Bhinneka Tunggal Ika is phrase.
Yeah.
The sentence is Bhinneka Tunggal Ika Tanhono Dharma Mangro.
What's
Bhinneka
the meaning
Tunggal
of the
Ika
rest
is
of
mean
it?
Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, that's mean
like
a lot of person there, a different ethnics, a different culture. They are come together
As
for
one.
just one purpose, as one. That's why Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. So because there,
that was
Ika, it means one.
This was said by who?
described
Emputan
by
Tular.
Emputan Tular. Emputan Tular.
It's
Who
It described the
will
situation
search.
during Majapahit Kingdom.
Yeah.
he described about Majapahit Kingdom.
It's written there.
Uh,
And
Just the Museum of Emputan Tular. No, I don't know.
yes, Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. Then Tanhono Dharma Mangro is there is no one have a different purpose, something like that. All of them have a purpose for Majapahit. So there are a lot of ethnics, there are a lot of culture, a lot of language. They come together as one to have one purpose. It's Majapahit. Something like that. That's the describe of Bhinneka Tunggal Ika Tanhono Dharma Mangro. Yeah,
That's very cool. That is very interesting.
that's good. Maybe if it's that's why when Chuan told about the culture there, you said that there is a mixed culture. I think now. Yeah, so that's like in Majapahit, describe of Majapahit. There are a lot of person, a lot of ethnics, a lot of language. They come as one, and they have, I mean, like a new culture for them. Something like that. Yeah. That's why. But Gajah Mada is Sunda don't like Gajah Mada, isn't it?
it's not like we don't like Gajah Mada, but you know the history of Dia Pitaloka.
Yeah, I have. That's a lot of version about that, and I know why
Perang
Sunda,
Bubat, right?
Yeah, why Sunda
cannot marry Javanese.
Yeah, cannot marry Javanese. Do you know
no,
why?
it's just a taboo.
Yeah, it's
why?
taboo.
Why?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, we can tell it in a different session, okay? that's a long story.
Why?
Yes.
Yeah. Why Sundanese cannot marry Japanese people?
Yes, because of that Gajah Mada.
Oh, Gajah Mada is that person.
Gajah Mada is person who have
yes, an ambition.
Ambition to make Nusantara.
Yes. So if you wanna know like history about I told you, right? I'm making research about the mosque in Indonesia,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm looking for history, like how Islam came to Indonesia,
Mm-hmm.
and
Demak lah.
I can find so many resources from Malaysia,
Mm-hmm.
because like we were one, Indonesia, Malaysia, even Philippines, right?
Mm.
Like some part Philippines, like we call it
Yeah.
Nusantara. So we have like similarity in culture and in
Yep.
history
Mm.
during that kingdom, Majapahit.
Philippines.
Yes.
Wow. Like ethnically, you're also connected to the Philippines.
Yes.
History.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
the
see.
story
I
connect.
see it now.
Yes.
Agree.
Of course, I see it now.
Mm. Malaysia,
And if
Philippines,
you connect it with that Austronesia, Pido, have you heard about Austronesia?
Austronesia was it?
Austronesia, like it's one of ethnic group.
Uh-huh.
It starts from Taiwan,
Mm-hmm.
and like it spread from Madagascar,
Mm-hmm.
Philippines to New Zealand. The ethnic name is Austronesia. You can look for what in Google. You can Google it. Austronesia is too
Okay,
much
okay,
to
okay. Wait,
tell,
wait.
but
I'm
it's
the
super
Google girl.
interesting
Are they
because
have
like
connected
Indonesia.
with our culture?
yes, of course, because like first
Okay.
my teacher
First,
asked me to make a presentation about Indonesian architecture,
Mm-hmm.
and then I make a presentation about, because in Indonesian is an archipelago, and we have
Yeah.
divided island. So my teacher asked me like, what's the similarity between one and another, between one island and another, and I say that it's not similar because it's divided with ocean. I said that
Oh.
because it's divided to ocean. So
oh, Juno.
I think it's quite difficult for one island to reach another island and blah blah blah. And then my teacher said, I don't think so. I think you should find like more broad point of view, perspective. And then I remember I read one book, Sapiens. Have you read about that?
Sivian?
Oh,
Sapiens.
Yeah, I
It's
read
about
about that.
history of human.
Oh, human sapien.
Yes,
Homo
from
Oh.
sapiens.
yeah,
Giovanus.
from
Giovanus.
prehistoric until now, and it reminds me of the first human in the world.
Hmm.
It's from Africa.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
If you say about connected of history, yeah, Indonesia have a lot
Yes.
of connected with a lot of history. Like a Malaysian, if you go to Sumatra, uh, last 2 years ago, yeah, I goes to I goes to Sumatra, and then the culture is similar with Malaysia.
Yeah.
Yeah, not only about dance, not only about music, the culture, the daily activity, the habit, it's similar with Malaysia.
And then I found my theory is wrong. That I said earlier that I told my teacher that because we are divided with ocean, so we don't have that much connection. But I find that I was wrong, because like our ancestor is a sailor, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then that's where I found Austronesia. It's not from Taiwan. The name of the tribe, if I'm not mistaken, is Truku.
Mhm.
Truku tribe. Truku. Truku. Truku
Oh,
tribe.
wait. Okay. Truku.
Yeah.
Eh.
It's the origin of Aborigine people.
Oh.
So like thousands years ago, they moved from Taiwan to
Oh.
another land.
Yes. It's like a Chinese.
It's shocking, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's like Chinese, but it is mixed with Aborigine.
Oh, Chinese and
They're
Aborigine.
black.
Wow.
I mean, not as
Where,
white as Chinese.
yeah. Where is they now?
It's very less people. I mean, Truku people in Taiwan, but most of them, what I read, they lived in Australia
Oh, in Australia. Oh.
because their genes is same with Aborigine people.
Hmm.
Mm,
True people.
yeah, it's true.
Yes, Truku.
It's interesting. Like, oh,
Because if you see the typical architecture of southern China, it's different with northern China.
yeah, of course.
The
Because the weather
southern
of
China it's more similar to Southeast Asia.
Oh, I see.
You can see from the roof. And as a
Yeah.
sailor, roof is very important because it represents the boat. It
yeah.
symbolizes the boat.
Oh, okay.
And then later, after Austronesia, there's Majapahit and blah blah blah. But long before, it was Austronesian people. And I have friend from Madagascar. First time I saw her, I was shocked because she looks like Japanese.
Hmm.
She looks like Japanese, and I was like, oh my god! If I didn't know earlier that she's from Madagascar, I will greet her with Indonesian, maybe.
Madea, do you,
Hmm?
do you know Masego?
Yeah.
Last time she have a friend. I think she's also like Japanese, and she's African, but her mother, I don't know what story, but her mother it's have a Japanese blood.
No, well, I mean it's maybe it's mixed race. I mean maybe
Yeah,
his parents marry Japanese, but
yeah, but it's from his story, right?
yeah, it's like I was like, how can we be how our face feature and our body feature is similar, and you know Matar Sandria. Do you know Matar? Is Matar girlfriend?
Mata.
Matar girlfriend. I think you met him.
No,
He's
no,
his
I
girlfriend.
don't.
I was shocked, and then I told my friend, "Your girlfriend is look like Japanese," and he was like, "Don't you know she's Austronesian? And you guys are island people?" And I was like, "Really?"
Oh.
And I look for that, and yes, we are sisters.
Yeah,
I see.
I saw in National Geographic. You know the DNA test who the test.
Yeah.
For example, if they
DNA test.
ask me for my DNA, they can track my ancestor. And the shocking truth is, a lot of white people have a ancestor. For example, of French people have ancestor from the black, and the Asian have the ancestor from the
From
Europe. So we don't know because
oh
we
really?
all from African. So maybe
Yeah.
we also have from French ancestor or from American ancestor, something like that. It's called the History of Humanity, or I forgot about the title. It's in National Geographic.
Yeah, we all come from Africa.
Yeah.
Diverse human.
Hey guys, how if
Hmm?
we finish it now?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's cool.
we
We
make
also can
another meeting.
okay.
Next.
We can have a group chat, and we can
Okay,
also
sure.
in the group chat say in the meeting what the topic, and we can post it on YouTube.
Yeah, of course.
So the
Sandria,
topic.
but you know me so well. I don't like holding on my phone and texting and everything.
Okay. It's okay.
But Amadia,
Mhm.
don't talk about Freeport when we are for a public meeting. That's so
I know
complicated.
that.
Really,
That's very
that's so
complicated,
complicated.
but I'm so
Really.
curious about that. Like
We can talk personal.
my critical thinking is
Okay.
how to say.
Okay. We will cut this part. We talk about this part.
Okay.
Don't talk about politics then.
How about how is also influenced by American?
Hmm.
Don't talk about politics. That's so complicated, really.
Yeah.
Maybe we can talk personal about that. I will tell you about how about the complicated it.
I will go to
Yeah,
Indonesia.
that's why I say,
Huh?
Come.
I will go
Yeah,
to
let's go.
yeah, let's go.
Yeah, come here. Come here.
No, and I have to go. I will
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
You must
I
go.
also
You
have
must
to
go.
go to your, because actually when your friend told me about human and nature, I suddenly remember about this kind of
Yeah.
history,
I
like
will I
our
will I
nature.
will I will carry you to a lot of place, a historical place, and then I will tell you the historical that place,
That
the
sounds
historical of place, and then you can follow me if I have a job, traditional dance, and I will tell you every part, the philosophy of every part. That's
Wow.
beautiful.
so because when I dance in a marriage, something like that, there are a lot of ritual. Then I lead it. I lead the ritual.
Okay. Wow.
Then I will tell you why at the first like this, and then after this like this, and then what the meaning of every ritual. I will
Wow.
tell you.
Thank you.
You also,
So come here.
if if we go to there, you also have to take us to the Indian and
Yeah.
and tell
Welcome.
us
No,
about
all
the
of you should
philosophy of
come to
every
Seven
ritual. And
Sandria, please
by
come
the
with
way,
them.
when
Oh
your
yeah.
friend
Hmm?
tell us about the like people and nature, I'll suddenly remember about this. Like this is a cosmos and this is a people. Like
Mhm.
it's so deep, man. Like
That's
the
beautiful.
humanity and the culture, like Indian.
Sandria, what is that?
It's a history book.
I mean the
Sorry,
left
book.
one. What is that? The
Oh,
left
Hey,
image.
Amadia,
uh,
Amadia.
this is
The
like
right one
the
is future man, right? Or is it the same?
yeah. It's like people and the cosmos, like the human and nature. I when the one friend talk about that, I suddenly remember about this, just like that. So I think Indian have a deeper philosophy. I,
Hmm.
actually I so curious about Indian.
Okay. Then I will tell you about Japanese that I know.
How?
That I know. Maybe there's a lot of philosophy about Japanese. Really. Maybe next time I will tell you about the culture. I mean, from dance, traditional dance. I have a lot of custom. The custom is from necklace. A lot of here, and then there is a lot of name of the part
I would
like
know that.
bingle.
I would like
Huh?
to know more about this. Yeah.
Ah, yeah. Maybe you can look at my Instagram. There are a lot of picture of me when I dance. Maybe you can take one picture and then you can ask me what is the dance and then the custom about the philosophy of the custom, philosophy of the historical about it. I will tell you that I know.
Cool. I will research more. I like to read. Yeah. Thank you. Cool.
Yeah, you can look at my Instagram. today Mayfit, what's it? Mayfit. Oh, Mayfit about word tense day. Yeah, today word tense day is today, and Mayfit is when in a college I usually dance for an event in my university, and then the dance is ketek ogling. Ketek ogling is ketek
I have
is
no idea.
monkey. Kata is monkey, and then ogling is something like attractive.
Oh, like the monkey dance.
Yeah, like a monkey dance. And then a monkey dance meet a beautiful girl.
Oh, I think I've seen that one. I think I saw that one
Yeah.
in Hua in our university in amazing Indonesia, wonderful Indonesia. Is that I've seen one Indonesian
In
dance.
Warsaw.
Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah.
that's in Sunda we know about lutung kasarung. Lutung kasarung it's but from Sunda, I think.
Yeah, it's from
Lutung kasarung.
Sunda.
Yeah, lutung
The
kasarung. It's
monkey is cursed, right?
yeah, that's a different
He's not
monkey
a
and different.
real monkey. It's not a real monkey.
Yeah,
Like,
in Sudan that's not a real monkey. In this history, Keteokleng, yeah, that's not real monkey. It's because something like
like a
what's that?
curse or something.
No, like in Keteokleng. So have you know? Oh, that's real long story. It's tonight, guys.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm so happy to have seen you. This was amazing.
Yeah.
Really.
Okay, next time we will talk about that. I will tell you about that, John.
Yeah,
That's
I would be happy to
that's
do
a
that.
lot of cool story.
Yeah,
That's
so
cool
deep,
story.
so amazing.
Yeah, maybe if you come to Indonesia, in my house I have a lot of custom dance. So I will tell you what's the name and then how to wear it and
Okay.
then why we wear it. That's have a lot of philosophy. Have a
I'll,
story.
I'll go for it.
You must go.
Yeah.
After coronavirus.
Yeah.
Hope that will be finished quickly.
Yes.
Okay, guys. How if we stop it now and then let's go to bed?